Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel CAD Engineer. In this part of video, we are going to learn about how to use part design tools. Go to Start, Mechanical Design, and we have Part Design. So we'll assign one name, Part 1 and OK. So what are the tools we are going to learn in this? We are going to learn about sketch-based features, dresser features, transformation features, the reference tools, and we have surface toolbar. So let's start. So let's set it back, all the toolbar. So to start with, we have to take first sketch command. We'll take sketch tool here. Now we have to select any one plane to draw the sketches. So first command that I'm going to cover here, that is called pad command. So let's see how to use pad tool. So we'll create some sketch to create something, a pad kind of thing. So we'll define that basic sketch I'm creating here. So I made some random sketch, and to define the sketch, what we need to do, we have to dimension it properly so it can be defined. I'll put all the dimension to this quickly by using constraint toolbar. We'll add some dimension. So like this, I have specified all the dimension. Now we'll have to do exit from the workbench. We have that exit icon is there. We'll click on exit workbench. So we have this pad tool. We'll take a pad tool. So first option is dimension method. So here we can specify how much dimensions we want to add to the part model. Like I'll specify this is a 50 size, I want to make it out. So it is created, we can see the preview. It is added from the sketch way we have made on the plane. From that side, it made 50 distance this one side. If you need this, we can do OK here. Now if you need to see more things, we'll just edit it. How we can edit this? We can select this and double click on the pad feature. So we can also make thick feature. We can click on thick. Thick means the hollow with the thickness walled only. Okay, so here you can put a thickness to the wall, how much you required. I put a thickness of 4 mm and preview. Like this, it is at a wall feature. Or you want to give the thickness other side also, you can add some thickness. Let me add preview. So we can add outside and inside, both side we can add thickness. Or you can take a neutral fiber, like means it will mean to say that what is the thickness value I take, that will be equally distributed about the center of the sketch, both sides. Now we have some more thing is there, like right now let me untick this thick. I don't need a thicken. Then I need make that total is to be 100, and I want to make a pad other side of the plane also, that half 50, say 50 length. So if we want to do that symmetrical thing other side also, you can use mirror extend method preview. So you do not like distribute the same material, you can say the total depth, it just add both side different depth. This is 50 and this is 50, total is become 100. So like this we can make a mirror extend use method. Now we'll see some more things to be used here. Now we have next option is called up to next. Let's see how to use that up to next. So let me take one plane at some distance. I'll create something on this plane. So let's create exit. So I made a sketch and I want the sketch to be going to pad up to this face of the part of the body. So we'll go to pad tool and we'll just reverse the direction here. Now we can tell that it's up to next. Software automatically find what is the next body in front of that. It will reach to that face of the body. Do OK. Next, if we have any plane is there, let me make some plane this side. Okay, and do OK. Now let me doing some editing here in this part. Okay, one more thing we'll do. Let's move the plane upper side. We can reposition things also. Now we'll do the changes. We have the up to plane option. If any faces are there, planes are there, we can select that plane. It will go to that. I select this plane and we can see that the features will go to that plane part. Okay. So right now that features get not visible. Let's edit it back. Let's check what is the issue. So let me delete it and apply it again. It's making some error in visuals. So we'll make it pad again and we'll use this to up to next or up to plane. Which plane? This plane. Okay, so we have to select that the sketch that we are doing. Okay, I think sketch get deleted. Let me draw it again. Sketch get deleted, so we just make that sketch again, and I made a sketch and exit. So we go to exit workbench and we can see that it is going to that next plane. Now we'll see the preview and do okay. So this is how we have made up to that plane. Next, we can also make up to some body. If we have multiple bodies are there and we want to make pad up to that bodies. Now when we're deleting, one more thing, we just untick this option, so sketch will not delete. So previously what happened, I deleted the features, the sketch will also deleted. Now let me create some feature here. Let's have some feature. I'll going to create some part to be extrude here. Let me make a wall, exit, and I'm going to pad this. Okay, like I want now this sketch that I made it will go to that part, so we can select the sketch that we have made it here, the sketch number 3. We'll go to pad tool and we'll select here up to last. So up to last means if you have number of bodies are there, software automatically find out what is the last body there, but make sure that sketch should be completely in front of that, then only it is possible. If you see that this body is there and this body is there, but it's moving to that last part, so like this also we can do that. Okay. One more thing is there, we have offset. If you want to take some offset distance, you can add some offset distance from there also, preview. So here if you observe, it will be put offset means that much body will be go outside right now here. So I'm putting positive offset is going inside, but if you say the same offset, put in negative, minus, and do preview, same part will be go the back side also. Let me put minus 20 and preview. Okay, it's not taking minus, but here I think it is, yeah, it's only taking positive value, means it do not take negative value, but it will take a positive distance if you take it, and it will go that much outside of the part body. Now we see the next option is there, up to surfaces. Okay, if we have any surface body, let's create some surface body. I'll use this plane and I'm going to create some surface here. Let's create some surface. Either we can make a surfaces, or we can create some like solid part with that surfaces we can use it. Let me create something here. I'll make one sketch and exit, and I'll turn this part into now sketch surface part. How we go to surface? We have to go to different workbenches. We can use GSD or wireframe surface design, and here we'll use extrude tool to convert this into surface. Let me use mirror extend. It's the same option like a pad, so it's extrude surface. We'll taking here and do okay. Now let's see. I'll just again deleting that pad feature that we had it here, and now we have the sketch here, the sketch. So let's move that sketch to be little downward. Let me reposition my sketch. Okay, let's extrude that now. We'll go to part design. So we'll select this sketch that we have here, sketch number 3, and we go to pad. So here I'm using up to surface, and I'll reverse my direction. Which surface? I said this surface. So any kind of surface will be there. Software will be go up to that surface of the body. Do okay. Like this, we can make a pad up to that surface of the part body. Next. Let's see more things in that, what we can do. Let me make one part with the thin feature. So we'll make a pad of this. I'll keep it mirror extend, so I can add one side thickness, and I'm going to use thin feature and okay. If you want to add some wall object in between them, what we do, we'll just make a line. We'll take one plane and we'll just draw some line here. Like this I draw. I want this line will be go to this side and add a material on the part body. So we'll go to pad tool. Okay, normally pad, how it's coming, you see, if you take normal pad, this is the result. Okay, but I'll use thicken feature. I don't want to add like complete structure. When I use thicken feature, it will coming like this, wall object. I want this wall will be touched my sides also. In that case, we use merge ends. You can see that. So if any situation like it, you have to design this kind of part, you can use and you can make a thin feature and you can add a material around that. Now we have one more tool is there in this. We have normal to profile. Okay, what the normal to profile means, let's see. I'll take any one plane. Let me create some feature that is perpendicular to my the faces I want to take, or you can say any direction I want to take. So we can define along that face one direction, and we can go along that direction, along that profile. So let me use this plane will be okay. Let me change my plane. I'll use this plane and sketch on it. So here let me add a line to define a direction. Okay, how this you want to make a pad, you can define the direction. Let me make this to be coinciding with it and exit. So let me design some part on this. Let me create some feature that I want to make pad along that. So let me make a corner rectangle. So I'll make one rectangle here. Let me coincide with this particular edge. Now exit. Now we're going to pad this. We'll go to pad feature and we'll specify more option. I will take here profile direction. So this is a profile. Now we can see that it is padding along that particular direction of that the profile that we have made it. So sometime if you want to make something direction oriented, this is a way we can do it. Now one more thing in the pad we can do, like whatever we doing in the first direction, same thing that we can do in second direction also. Let's create something. So if I made something in one direction and I want to apply the things to be other direction also, so how we can do that, let's see. So I'll go to pad again. So like it is adding 10 distance one side, okay, or maybe let's put 50 distance. Okay, so I need to add some different distance in other direction. So in that case we'll go to more option and we have second limit option. To see that what are the option we have learned in the first site, that same options are available here, we can use on the same way. Let input dimension, I set this to be, I want to take 80 and preview. So we can add two different distances also in both the sides. Okay, and do okay. Now we'll see how to use that if we have multiple profiles together and if you want to extrude them, or we can say pad them, how we can do that. So let me create something like this, which will be have multiple contours are there. Like let me make one, let me make like this one contour. Okay, a normal condition you cannot pad this, but we have one thing is available in the pad that we can do. Let me go to pad. When we do pad, it will give you error. It's saying the sketch is self intersecting. Okay, okay, fine. So right now I don't want to extrude it all. I want to do some specific area to be pad. Okay, so we'll just define that. Now how to do that? For that we'll just click here, right click, and we'll select here, right click, and we say go to profile definition, and here we have sub element. So we can tell the software that particular sub element I want to. So I'll remove this and we'll tell that this particular area. Okay, you can select that. So we can see just a second. So let me remove all and I'll just select this part. Okay, so you can see you have to take only one particular one area and that will be get padded. Okay, again you want to pad that second one, you can use that pad again and you can select the second sketch, and here again you have to go to profile and you remove this and you take sub element and you can select that. This way we can use the same sketch again also and we can make a pad of the components. So you can see I made two sketches together, only one sketch is there but two pads are made with that. Now next we're going to learn that how to use multi-pad option. Okay, drafted filleted pads. First we'll see drafted filleted pad, then we'll see multi-pad option. As the name drafted filleted pad, it means we can add draft angle and we can pad things. Let's make something here. So I'll just create object, a sketch, exit. We'll go to pad feature and we'll just select this. So you can control the height, limit 1, and it is asking. Okay, let me cancel it. I have taken wrong option. This option is called drafted filleted pad. So we'll select this and we'll just define that height, and it is asking for the second limit. What is second limit? This face from it is starting, that is our second limit. Once the second limit is defined, you can tell that what side angle you want to take. So you can see the preview also. So here it's showing some error while taking. Let me increase some value to be radius values and all. We just change it. So I'll put it this 2, this is 3, and this is 1. Let's see preview. Okay, so earlier, because the part is very smaller now, so radius value you have to take smaller radius values. So now what is the first limit, what is second limit, what is lateral? Lateral means the length part. You can control this radius of length. I put it here like 0.5. And when we talk about first limit means the upper radius, this one. So I'll keep it 1, and the lower, let me put it 1.5. Preview. So you can see that part has been changed. If you want to take some draft angles, you can put a draft angle. Let me put it like 8 degrees. Preview. So more drafted will be added. Do okay. Like this we can make a drafted filleted pad. Now we'll see multi-draft method. Let me delete all this. So we'll select this plane and sketch on it. Let me fit to the screen, so we'll get origin. Now let's create something. We want to draft it. We want to pad it in this part. So I'm just making multiple sketches here. Okay. Multiple profiles we can design how we want to pad. So let me take some circles. So we can put some here. Like this I created some different sketches. Now we exit it. Now we'll take the pad tool. So here we can specify that okay, again same tool I've taken. So because it is hidden now, so that's why it may confusion in selection. So you can take like this and you can select it easily. Or if you're not able to find the toolbar, you go to insert, you can go to sketch based features, and you can get it from here also. So I'm taking this toolbar, is called multipad, and we'll select that first main sketch. Now here we'll get all the sketches detail, and we can tell that total thickness. Let me add thickness to be that first sketch. I said this to be 10, and see the preview. Okay, we have to select from here to understand what we are selecting. So I want to select my all profile first. Let me put it 10 and preview. Okay, 10 is too much. Let me take it 5. Now according to that, I can specify now next things I want to take. Like I will put it here 2. Then this one, let me put it something 15. So it will be going this side, that because arrow is this side. If arrow you change the direction, it will go downward direction. So which side you want to make, you can define the arrow direction. According to that, it will be pad. So we'll just specify this. Let me keep it. I want to keep it only complete hole here, so I'll keep it 5. This too, I want to make a shaft. Let me make it 20 and this to be 20. Okay, so it will be add a material, or let me go with 16. Okay, let me change this height to be something 10 and this to be 16. So once we define, we can do okay, and we can see here all that material has been added. Okay, now one more thing, we just edit it. So this internal, I want to keep it, let me keep it 0. See preview. So it can be at a hole here. Okay, so this is how we can take a decision, how we have to make changes and do okay. This is how we can do a multiple pad, where multiple features we can pad together at different depths. Now we'll see next tool, the pocket tool. Pocket tool we use for cutting a materials. If you want to cut a material from part body, we can draw sketches. Let me create some sketch here. We'll define what type of sketches we want to make and cut. We give a design and exit. As we done the pad tool, similar way we can use pocket tool. So first is dimension method. You can tell dimension. Let me put 2 dimension preview, and we can see it's cut 2 dimension. If you want to cut more depth and all, we have options same, like we can say up to next. It will automatically find the next space, it'll go to that. Or you can also like let me create some planes at some height. We can use that also. Or before cut, I'll do it. Let me undo. I'll make some plane at some height. We can use the planes also. Let me make it 1 and reverse the direction in between. Somewhere I'll take here. in between the part body I'm taking here. So I'll use this plane to define my cut position. So we'll select the sketch and go to pocket. So we'll define this to be up to plane. We can use this and it will be go to that cut. Or you can say if anything are there, like multiple things are there. Let me make multiple things now. Let me delete the pocket here. Let me create some plane to make more parts here. So we'll take two planes. So we'll say repeat after that. We'll take two. Okay. So now we'll just make some features on that. Let me create. Okay, in front of that part only I'll make it out. Where I have to cut. So let me create something here. Exit. And again let me make one more plane sketch. Okay, so now let's make it pad both the parts. So we'll select pad one by one. So we'll take normal pad here. Let me put it 2. This to be 2 and okay. Now let's see how we can cut this. We'll select this sketch and we'll go to pocket, and this time I'm using up to last. Up to last means it will be cut in between body and reach to that face. Preview. You can see that it will be cutting till the last part of the bodies. So that's how you can use it, the same options that we have done. Or we can select any surfaces by telling that this face up to that I have to cut it. So software will also go to that faces as well. So I select this face now, so it do not passing through that. If I select the back face, it'll pass through that. Let me change this. If I say instead of this face, let me take this face, so you can see that the cut will be go to that part. Okay. So this is how we can use a pocket feature. So this is a pad and pocket feature. Now we'll see how to use the shaft tool. Shaft is like a revolve tool. Basically, if you want to make revolved things, circular objects and all, in that cases we can define one axis orientation and we can define our sketch. We can make a use of shaft tool. So here let me make that one axis of revolution. If you define axis of revolution, software automatically revolve that shaft along that. So we can define what we have to design it. According to that, we can give some design that we have to make. I'm just giving here random design. Okay, so let's create it. I want this part to be get revolve along that particular axis, so it will make some shaft object. Let's exit and we'll take a shaft tool here. So you can see that it is just created. Now let's see the preview. You can see it's a solid model is created. Okay, it's 360 degree right now. If you want to change any angle, we'll put angle value here. Let me take 180 degrees and flip it. So you have two angles. You can control one angle this side and one angle that side. You can give this 0 degree. You can control that side also. And that side also, if you want to give any angle, you can control it. Preview. You want to make it hollow from inside, you can use thicken profile and preview. You can see that will become thicken. Here you can control the thickness value, how much you require. Okay, so I'll put it to a 0.5 and just see the preview. Okay, so this is how I can make it out. Next we have we can make something to be group kind of things. We can do it as we can add material by revolving a sketch. Similar way we can also remove the material from the part body by doing grouping method. So let's see. Let me make first pad of this. Let me use mirror extend and let me add some depth to this part body. So I'm going to use some groups. Let me select this plane. I'm going to create some sketches along the faces. So I'll just make one circle here and I'm putting an axis of revolution. Along that I want to cut a material. So we'll exit and we'll take here group method, and how much angle you require we can put it like this. If you need 360 degree, we'll make it 1 0 and another 360 degree completely. So it will be remove that material from the part body. Maybe like this kind of thing we have to make, we can make it out. Maybe we have to make some rectangular slot cutout. Let's make. If we're not making axis, we can use, if we existing you can say this origin axis will be there, we can use that as well. Let's see. If I'm making group, I'll select this axis of revolution and you can define, like I said, this to be 150 degree cut only. I want to make it so like this. We can make cut, or we can also remove material. Let's create something I want to cut. Let me define. Let me create some sketch how I want to cut. So I want to put like hold in that that way. We'll just specify the sketch and we'll make a close sketch. Okay, exit. So we can also use that same axis sketch axis also to be define our cut groove, and we'll say this is a line of my groove, and we'll define the total angle of revolution as 360 degree, and we can see that cut has been made. Okay. If you want to see from internally, we have one tool is called basically dynamic section. We can also see by moving that we have this dynamic section. We can select the side along that. We can see the dynamic section of the part. So you have this axis to move along that. You can move like this. You can change it, and you can see this is about basically dynamic method. We don't need now. We'll just go back. Now we'll see how to use the whole tool method. So for hole, we have this hole tool is available. Let's see how to apply the holes in that. Let me create a simple part body and exit. So we have a part. Let's do okay now. So you go to hole tool and select that face. Where you select, the hole will be added at that particular place. If you have a point, you can select any points. You can directly add a hole of that locations. So first type is blind type. Blind means in a particular distance we can take here in the blind. We can define diameter and we can define a distance. So let me make this to be 5, and depth we can specify like 15. So it's a simple type hole. Right now it's the bottom is flat. If you need flat bottom, you can do okay, and you can see preview here. But if you say I don't need a flat bottom, we need some different type of bottom, we can make V bottom, and we can make this to be B bottom like this. Now I want that the type to be changed. So if we need not simple type, let's keep simple first. Let's make another one. So I'll just click here, and we have more types. We have types. We can take counter bore. Okay, you can specify the counter bore diameter, what you want to take it. Let me take 5, and this to be 3. And the height you can control here, how much depth you require. Let me put it 1 or 2. Preview. So we can see that how it is added. Similar way, you want to make countersink and other type, you can take that. You can move it also. So here we have the type, like we can take tapered also. We have to take tapered type. We can define the angle of taperness. Okay, I'll make a taper hole, or you can take a countersunk. Okay, so you can define the depth and diameter and the angle. So let me take angle and the depth of. Okay, that is the total depth overall. Let's take this thread type and define the depth here 1 and preview. So you can see that how the countersunk is added. Let me change this angle more. So I'll just take this to be 45 degrees and preview. Like this we can create a countersunk. Now we will see some more things here. This we have seen that how we can apply the whole type. Now we have some thread definition type is there. If you want to define thread definition, go to thread definition. You can define dimension, or you can choose support or plane, means defining this depth. How you want to define. Let me take dimension only. So here, what type of hole, what size of hole you want to apply. We have two types, metric thick and metric thin. For, like you can say, for finer pitch, we'll just use thin pitch method, where we have limited pitches are there. Okay, we can say double pitches we have for all that thin, and the thin. For chorus we can say, for chorus part we use thin, and for finer we use thick pitch method. So it will have only one pitches. So what type you want to take, you can select from here. Let me take this to be like M4. Okay. So now left handed, right handed, you can define it and do okay. So here, what is the difference? If you see here, you will not find the thread actually. Thread will be showing that hole like it is added, but if you want to view the thread details of this hole, you have to take this part into drawing. There you can see. Let me show you. So I'll take into that drafting part, and we'll select this and okay. So what we'll do, we'll just add that model and this drawing first. So we have to change the view type of this part, property of the complete view. So we'll go to view and we'll change this to wireframe hidden lines. We can take threaded form and apply. Let's see what happens. So you can see here, we can see the thread details here. Okay, so whenever you're making, this is how you can represent the thread detail in that drawing portion. Even it's a shaft, even it's a hole, so both ways the same two representation in the threaded part, that drawing only. Now we'll see next how to create if I want to make sweep, like we can say here the rip tool. Okay, how to use the rip tool here. Rip is like another software we called sweep, that we make one profile and the path we can swap along that. Let's make one path. So we have a spline tool we can take. We'll just make a spline here, freehand path I'm making. I want to make a simple pipe, so exit. So we'll just now have to draw one profile that normal to this, so we can use this plane, sketch along that, and we're going to add one circle. Okay, I think I selected wrong plane, so I'll select this plane. I'll exit it first. So you can see this is the plane normal to that. Or what we can do, like if we getting confused and all because it's not exactly normal to that, we can use plane. We'll select this and we'll select one endpoint. Now this is exactly normal plane we get it. We want to hide other planes, we can select and hide them, so there's no confusion will be there while selecting. Now we can select the normal plane and sketch on it. Now I can draw what I want to make. So I said I want to make simple right now a pipe shape, so we can just define some circular profile and let's have one circle only. Exit. So I want this to be add a material on the part, so we'll use rip tool. This we have to select a profile and the curve. We have to tell the curve. So initially we can see it is added a solid material, but if you want to make it hollow from inside, we'll use here thick profile method. We can add the thickness to the material, and what thickness you required, you can show the thickness. I'll put 0.5, preview and OK. So like this we can make a hollow section. Like if we want to add any other kind of profiles, we can add it. Let me do one thing, let me delete this. Let's create some different profile here. We'll just select this sketch, this plane, and let me add something different profile so we can see how this will work. So I created some L-shaped sketch here and I want to sweep this along that particular path. So here we'll go to wave tool and already it is selected. Now we have selected center curve, and so we can see that any kind of things that we can add on that and we can make a material. Now we'll see how to use slot tool. So slot tool is similar to rip tool. Here we adding a material, in that we can remove a material from the part body. So let's see. I'll sketch. I'll create one object here and exit. We'll make a pad of this and we're going to create some path over that face. Exit. Now we're going to design what we have to cut it. So let me again take one normal plane along that path. So we have to select the sketch and the point. Now we'll select this plane and sketch on it. We can decide what we have to cut. I just make one circular profile here. So what shape need to be cut, we can define that particular shape. Let me reduce some size here. Okay, exit. And we'll see how it will cut the material. Go to slot tool. So we'll select the path and preview and OK. So we can see that it has removed the material from that path in that orientation. Now why this material is left it, because we have made limited path, so it created a limited position. If we increase the path size, it will be cut that also. Exit. So you can see that how the slot has been created. Now we'll see how to use solid combine tool. As a name, solid combine means that we can make more than one profiles and we can combine them into one single solid body. Let's see how to do that. So I'll delete existing sketches. Now we'll make sketch. We'll create some different sketches. Let me make this side some shape. We'll create it. I'm just creating some random shape. So for this particular tool, if your imagination is very good, you can produce some very good product from it. So let's have some height to be defined, so we get exactly what size we have, 18. Exit. So one profile is made. I'll take another plane that is perpendicular to that and sketch on it. So let me use another plane, ZX, and sketch on it. So I want to make the thing in such a way that it will be crossing that. So particular sketch. Okay, let me see one thing. I created this one. Let me check one thing. It's on this. So I'll take perpendicular. I'll take this one. Now let me create some. So I'll just make one sketch like this, and I need lines only. So I'll define this to be something. Okay, let me create some arc also. So let's add some random shape. Okay, so this height also I'll keep it same, so it should be properly intersect with that, 18. So we'll make sure that sketches that we are making, that should be have same almost same height. Exit. So I just created two different sketches. We can see here the two different sketches are there. If we combine them, there should be some result should become. Okay, we'll see that. We'll go to solid combine tool and we'll select profile 1 and profile 2. So software will be add and create some unique product according to that sketches we have made. We can see that. So it has been created in single shot. If you want to make this product, we have to apply so many you can say operations to make this part, but by this tool we have developed directly. Now we're going to see how to use the multi-section command. So multi-section is where we can create multiple cross section and combine them into one single part body. So let's see. I'll close this part. Let me delete this part from here. Now we'll create different cross section along all the different planes. So I'll just select any one plane and sketch on it. So initially let me make all the type of rectangle size. Let's define the size of this part. It's 16 and that should be something, let's put it like 18. Exit. Now I'll take one more plane at some distance. So we can make another sketch. Let me make little smaller sketch than previous and exit. We'll make more plane. Let me make one more plane, same distance, and we'll create a rectangle here. So right now I have almost all that cross sections is rectangle only. Okay, now we'll see what should be the outcome. We'll go to multi-section, select section 1. Now what is the section we are selecting? We select in the sequence and make sure the closing point should be at the same point, otherwise that twisting will come. Select second and third. Preview. So we can see it is properly combined, but suppose if the closing point will change, how to replace that? We can right click and replace. We'll select the position and we can see the preview. So we can see that if that situation come, it will be in twisting. If the arrow is different direction, will give the error. So it will show you that extrusion vertex of the profile needs to be cusp. Use a guide with smaller curvature. So in that case, you have to see that properly where your guides, these curvatures are coming, where the arrow direction is that. So once you correct this closing point, then everything will become correctly. Okay. Now we'll do okay. So this is a simple method. So I have the same profile, so no issues is there. Now let me put some more things. So let me delete this and we'll see with the spine. Spine is what, like if you have some center and you want to control the sketch along that, the part along that, you can do that. Let me put some shape. I want to achieve it like this. I just made my spine at the center. Spine, like we human body have a spinal cord. Similar way we can make a spinal cord of this part that will be controlling the shape of the model. We go to this profile 1, profile 2 and profile 3, and here we'll select my guide. So this is our guide preview. So we can see, okay, sorry, not guide, we have to select a spine. We select this as a spine, so we remove it from guide and preview. So this is how we can see it is controlling that shape. Okay, now we'll do okay here. So this is how we have done with this spine. Now we'll see next how to use the guide method. So let me use only 2 profiles to understand in very easy manner. Let me increase some distance here. So let me hide this plane and we'll select this plane here. We'll add a guide. So guide, we can add lines, we can add spline or anything. We can make more than 1 profiles. I just made only 2 right now. So what are the profiles we are making, make sure that should be properly coinciding, and here also that should be properly coinciding. If that do not coincide, it do not give a result. Now we can decide how the curve I want to keep it. Let's keep like this. Exit. Let me put one more guide other side. So I'll just specify this is how I want to add other side. This also we can specify that should be exactly coinciding with this line. So we'll define this coincide relation with this point and this line coincide. Like this we can put more number of guides if required. Now let's see how this guide affects the profile. So we'll go to multi-section. We'll take section 1, section 2. Now here we have the guides. We can select, first we'll see the preview. Now I want to control the shapes along the guide. We can use this guide preview. So now second guide we can take this one and preview. So like this I have made a profile by controlling the guide method. Now we'll see some more things here. So we'll delete this multi-section. Now we'll see one thing, like if we have more than different shapes are there, how the software will give the results or how we can manage that. So I have 2 rectangles. Let me make one more. Show this plane. We'll select this plane and sketch on it. Let me make a circular sketch. Exit. Multi-section. So section 1, section 2 and section 3. Preview. So here we can read that error. It's saying the current coupling mode cannot be applied. We need to change the coupling mode to ratio. So what we'll do here, we'll just change this to coupling mode and go to ratio. By default it's on tangency and curvature. Okay, tangency and tangency curvature and vertex, this will not work in this condition. We'll change this to ratio and preview. So here we can see it is created. What is the issue here? It's just added more than 1 edges. It's just make multiple edges to join that part. So it's do like all the sides, like here also we can see the same thing happen. If you want to avoid that condition, so we have to do more thing in the sketcher part. Let's cancel it. So I want that I don't need to be make multiple edges. In that cases we can break the circle or we can add an additional point to the circle. First let me go by breaking the circle. We'll go to circle and we'll divide the circle into 4 number of parts like a rectangle. To divide the circle, we'll place some axis line to tell that from where I have to break. So I'll just place some line to take some reference and I'll place one line this side. So that are the points that I can use for breaking. Now we'll go to trim. Double click on this tool and we have this option inside it. Double click on this trim. Let me just move downward that toolbar because it's taking wrong option. Double click on this and we have this option is there, break and keep method. We'll select and again all that parts, so it will break into 4 parts. Now we want to delete this axis, we can delete that because we have divided the circle into 4 parts. Now exit it. Now circle also have the 4 vertices as a rectangle, so it can easily combine. We'll go to multi-section, section 1, section 2 and section 3. We'll see the preview. Again it shows the same error. We'll say okay. Here we'll go to coupling mode, we'll change the coupling mode to vertices. Preview. So you can see that no extra edges has been come because it's matched to vertex to vertex. So this is one way that we can make equal vertices and we can combine the profile together. Now we'll see another method. Let me do undo. So I'll use this plane where I made the circle. Now I'm going to place some points on the circle. So we'll take point tool, we'll double click on the point tool. Double click on the point tool. I'll place some points. So make sure the points should be exactly coinciding over that. So I'll just make a relation between each the points. Each points will define coincidence relationship. So I'll just specify this all. Okay, it's not specified, let me specify again. And here also. So once we specify that, now we can exit it from this. Now we'll go to multi-section command. Section 1, section 2 and section 3. So we'll use here initially the ratio method only, or we can keep other method. We can see it does not give result. So what we can do here, we'll add couplings between them. If I keep this also and I want to add it, we have to keep a coupling method. So ratio method will work, but another method we have to couple it. So for coupling, we just select sequence 1 point, second point. Okay, so let me initially remove it. So we'll go initially beginning. I'll select 1, 2 and 3. So we have to select in the same sequence. In the sequence we have selected the sequence. Let's sketch 1, 2 and 3. So we can see the coupling has been added. Now we'll just click here and we'll select this side. So we can select one by one each side. One at a time we can add it. So once we completed, we'll move to the next one. We'll click here. We'll click 1, 2 and 3. Again we'll select this. We'll select 1, 2 and 3. So this is how we have the coupling. Now we'll see the preview. So again it's showing it's leading to curves, so you can change this to ratio, but now there's no problem. Okay, I think something we have left it or what. It's showing 4 coupling but making a problem at this point. So let me remove coupling number 4. We'll define it again. 1 and this is second and this is the third point. Preview. So here what happened, the closing point is shifting to that point. We just right click and replace this point to this particular point. Now we'll see the preview. Okay, so this is how we have to solve if this kind of situation occur, and do okay. So this is how we have done the multi-section tool. Now we'll see how to use remove multi-section tool. So as a name multi-section, so we can remove by making multiple cross-section. Same way that we have learned multi-section, same way we can do a remove multi-section tool. We'll select this face, sketch on it, and like I'll create one section. I want to cut that part. Let me define some shape and exit. Let me reduce the size little, exit. Then I'll select the second side. This face will select it and sketch on it. And let me make one more sketch here. Okay, I made rectangles only. We can make different profiles as we have learned. Now I want to cut this 2 material. Okay, this 2 sections to combine and cut this material from here. So I'll go to remove multi-section, section 1 and section 2. Preview. So again, what problem happening? The closing point has been at different points. So we'll right click and change the closing point to same points and the same arrow direction. Preview and do okay. So here we can see that how the material has been removed. Like let me remove some more material. Let me little changes I'll do here. So we'll adjust the sketch. Here I want to make my sketches to be adjustments. So let me make a little more inside. I want to cut it. Let me go a little more downward and little more upward. Exit it. Okay, you can see that how the material has been removed from that particular area. Or because it's making extra multi-section, we can remove that. We haven't added that, it's came automatically. So if that happens, we have to remove that. Now this little more modification I'll do that my sketches part. So I'll reduce this size here, this side, and exit. And let's me change that sketch 1 also. So I'll do some changes here. I'll just reduce the size of this. Okay, I'll just keep it like this and exit. So we can see how it has been removed the material. Okay, so this is how I just made two different profiles and we have removed the material from the faces. This is about remove multi-section command. Now we'll see how to use modification tools like fillet chamfer and other things. Let's do it. So we'll select and delete this all. So first we'll take a fillet tool. So I'll make simple part here and let's specify some distances to this part so we can understand the dimension. What is exactly the size of this part? So 30 by 35. Exit. Let me make a pad of this part and we'll add some dimension to this. Okay. Now we'll take this tool is called edge fillet method. So here you can specify that radius on the edges that you want to apply. We can select and we can specify the radius value. Preview. So this is how we can add a simple radius. If you want to do one method like you want to give a conic details on that, you can select a conic parameter and you can just put that conic like 0.5, it's parabola. You can achieve parabolic shape, or you want to make it hyperbolic, you can make 0.075 or 95, or you can make it elliptical fillet, you can put it to 0.05. it make elliptical profile. It's look like a chamfer, but it's not chamfer, it's a elliptical profile like 0.2. We can say less than minimum less than 0.5 will be like elliptical shape. So this is how we can just obtain elliptical or you can say conic radius. Now we have another type is that we can make a variable radius on edges also. We have this option is called variable radius fillet. We'll select this and we can select the edges. We can define the different radius on this edge, particular edge what we require. Like I had set it here like this to be 8 I require, this to be 4. In between if you want to add more radiuses, we click here and we can set that radius value. So this to be 3 and preview. Or if I want to add more, I can select that particular point and I'll add it this to be like, for example, this I want to make it 6 radius and preview. So this is how I can add a multiple radius and we can make a fillet. That's called variable radius fillet. Now we can do one more thing is that full round fillet method, that's called tri-tangent fillet in CATIA. We'll see how to do that. For that case, we'll take this tool from here that's called a tri-tangent method. So we need to select any 3 faces, okay, in sequence. I'll take 1. Okay, I'll take 2 and the third one that we have to remove it. So you can see that it will be make a round on that face. That's called full round fillet method. Now we have one more that is called caudal fillet in this. We want to apply caudal fillet. We can go to chord fillet method also. We'll go to fillet tool and take a caudal fillet method, and here you can define a length instead of radius value. Okay, so you can define a chord distances to make a fillet. Okay, you can make simple or variable same way like other we did it. Now next we're going to see that how to make a face fillet method. So I'll just make some 2 faces here and I'll make one here and one nearby that. So let's make a pad of both the part. Let me reduce some height and okay. Let me put some draft to these faces. We have draft tool. We select the faces to draft and we have put the direction of draft. Preview. Let's put 8° angle. Let me put here also the same value, neutral and preview and okay. So I want to make a connection between them. I want to put a face, this face and this face to have fillet between them. So we have one tool is called face fillet method. We can take that, where we can combine two faces. Select this face and this face and see the preview. So sometime maybe radius value is bigger or smaller. We have to check that by increasing or reducing the values. So here we can see it's not applying. Let me make it 6. It's saying the single operator cannot be. Let me try to increase some values to 10 and check. Okay, 10 is very big. So I think 3 will be working. Yeah. We have to check that which radius can we combine them. We can reduce this value more. Okay, so we can see that how much value we can give to combine that. So this is how we can apply the face fillet method. Now we'll see how to do chamfer too. Okay, let's delete this all. So we have chamfer tool. We can define angle and distance. We can select edges where we want to apply. We can specify the distance value and angle value and do okay. We can apply chamfer. Next in this we have second type is that two lengths we can give it. We can select and we can specify to two different lengths that we want to apply, 5 and 8, and we can see the chamfer. Next we'll see how to use a draft tool. So in the draft tool we have 3 methods: normal, simple draft, then a reflect line, and the variable icon. First we'll see that normal draft. Like if you want to draft any faces, you tell that faces to draft, and then we have to tell the neutral plane, that is fixed face. So automatically pulling direction will be taken and we can see the preview. If you want to take more than one faces also, you can select here and select that multiple faces by pressing one by one and preview, and you can see how it is drafted. Okay, now let me undo, and I'm going to select that now variable draft. So variable we can take in the same option. So you can take separately this tool here. So here we have to tell again the face to draft, and we have to tell that like my neutral face. So you can give different angles at different places. Like I put it 15 here, like some 15 here. Okay, and I want to put in between some angle. Let me put it like 12-degree draft here, and something here like 40-degree draft. So like this I put a draft and see the preview how it is coming. So like this we can make a variable angle draft method. Next we have draft by reflect line method. Reflect line is like if you have some cylindrical faces are there, along that you can control the faces to be fillet. So let me put some fillet on that particular edge, and okay, let me just change this to normal fillet and okay. So we'll go to the draft method and we'll take here draft by reflect line. We'll cancel this. We have this option here, draft by reflect line. So here we need to select the fillet face, and putting direction we can specify along that we want to just draft it, and we can just define your angle value. So how much like I shift my angle, that much the radius will be reduced along that side. The material will be reduced along fillet side too. Okay. So like this we can make a draft value. Now next we have here like option is to add a material thicken command. So sometime when we complete a project and realize that we have to add a material or remove the material, extra materials, we can use thicken option. Like for example, I want to select some, I want to add some material this side. We can tell that how much. I said 10. So 10 mm, or maybe you want to make it more. I'll just make it 50. So you can see that how it is increasing. If you want to decrease the same depth, you can select that faces, and you can put minus value now. I said minus 70. So you can see that the depth has been removed from here. So this is how we can add a material also, and we can remove the material also. Now we'll see how to simplify any part. Like for example, let me make some feature here, and let's make some cutout. So sometime if you want to like simplify your geometry, in that cases we can use this remove tool. Okay, so first let me add a material to be cut at some depth. Okay, so we have one option is remove faces actually. So we can use remove faces. We have to tell that faces to remove here and faces to keep. So I say this all faces I want to remove from this part body, and particular face I want to keep here. Okay, you can show here. So why this operation is required? Basically for simplification of geometry. Sometimes what happens, we complete the product, then we not able to delete the feature. What we can remove it by using this particular tools. So because if we delete that might disturb my particular project. So in that cases we remove it too. Okay. Now we will see how to use this option is called replace faces. Replace faces with the help of surfaces. We can change the part faces. Let's see if I make some surface this side. You can make inside the part also, you can make outside the part also. A surface is required. By that we can have changes in the part body faces. Let me make it extrude as a surface, so we'll extrude it. Okay, let me keep it only one direction. Let me keep limit to 0 and okay, because it's covering completely that side now, so no need to take okay, let's see, or we can increase little more. Okay, so now I'll just use this tool. We'll go to our design and we'll define that tool name is called replace face. So which face to be replaced you can tell, and by that you can tell and just change the arrow direction, and faces to remove this one, and faces replaced surface this one, and okay. Okay, maybe due to geometry complexity it's showing some error now, so let me try to this by changing arrow direction. Okay, now you see that. So sometimes the arrow direction is very important, you have to change it. So you can see, you can hide the surface and you can see how the geometry face has been formed. We can do one more thing, like let me undo and just keeping the surface inside the part body. Okay, that also can be done. So if we have like this, we want to make just changes here with that surface only, you go to replacing surface and faces to remove and okay. Okay, again the arrow direction we change and okay. Right now I think it become complex. Oh, the surface is not there, so we have to add a surface here also. So we'll do changes in this part. Let me add some surface here. Now we can do that. Make sure that surfaces should be crossing completely. If it's not crossing completely, the results that we want is not come. So let me change. So we can see this. We can hide this. So we can also replace this way also the surface from the part body. Next, we want to add threaded in the shaft cases also. We can same way as we done the whole command, same way we can do for the shaft cases. Let me show you. So let me make one shaft of some diameter. Let's specify the diameter of this to be something 20, and exit will make up extrude of this. So let me make this 20 now. I'll make 10 radius. It's 20 radius. So we'll make a pad of this now at some depth. Let me take it 45 or 40, or let me take it 60. Okay, let me make the head of this part. So I'll make one rectangle and we'll specify that head here and exit. So we'll make a pad of 5 depth. Now, okay, we want to take more depth, so I'll put it 10 here. Now I want to put a thread into this, so we'll go to hole or this thread tool and we'll select that. What is that? If we have holes, use tap method. If we have shaft, we'll use threaded method. So both with method of applying is same, only for different cases we'll use different type. So here I have a shaft. We'll select the lateral face and we have to select the limit from where we are starting to add a thread, and you can add you can tell the total distances that you want to give it up to thread depth, actually how much you want to add it. Thread diameter you can control, or you can take from here exactly according to size. It'll automatically pick that, preview, and okay. So like the thread details are added. Again, we cannot see the thread here, but we can see the details are added. If you want to view that, you have to take this part into drawing to view that. Let me take again to drawing part and show you. So I'll take to drafting and okay, and we'll add the view of that particular part. So here you can just change the view type of this. Again, we'll go to properties and we'll choose here. Let me add thread and hidden lines also apply. Okay, so we can see here. So it's showing the thread detail. If you want to add the thread dimensions also, we have one tool is called thread dimension. We can click here and it will show you the detail with the thread dimensions. Okay, so this is how we can show in CATIA the threaded details. Now we'll see the next other things. So how to use transformations feature we have. Okay, if you want to transfer any part from its position, you can use translation feature. So here we can translate along any direction. We can select faces, and that particular face direction we can move and translate the part. Okay, any direction we can select and we can just move the part in particular distance from that. Okay, that's first method, direction and distance method. We have same thing here. We can point to point. If we have two different points, you can move the point from another point. So I'll right click here and we can create some point. Let me make some point here, and we'll just make some point. Let me take on somewhere here. So according to the 2 points, it will take its position. Okay, that's called translation method with the points. Next, we have one tool is called with coordinates. If you know that exactly x and y position, like right now where it is, it's considering 0, 0. So now from here you can tell that it's minus 100 and minus 100 and y. Like this, I given a location, or let me put it minus 200. So it will be go to that particular location. If you know coordinates like this, we can move it. We can also rotate the component along the axis. We take a rotation, and you can select the axis of rotation here. What is your axis of rotation? So for example, let me take this axis and I can rotate this. I can manage that. Maybe I want to rotate it in this direction. I can rotate it and adjust that part. You can define the angle like 90 degree exactly. So like this, I can select any of that side and I can revolve that part and arrange it. Okay, we have another method. So see, the next method we have here is axis and 2 elements. So you can tell one axis. So I can select any of that axis along that I want to move, and I can select other planes also. I can select this plane and this plane. So part will be oriented, like it just rotate along that and just change this orientation accordingly. Next one, you can also take okay, this is done now, 3 points. So you can tell 3 points along that. You can just rotate this part. Let me create some points and see. I'll have 1 point here. Let me create 1 point on other plane, and next 1 point on other plane. So we can see how it will come. So you can see that it will rotating according how these 3 points are placed now. According to that, so software will also rotate that component and adjust on the screen. So these are 3 methods of rotation. Next we have symmetrical method. Symmetrical is means what, like if you have one plane, one object this side of the plane, okay, and you need this object along this side of the plane. So you don't need here, but you need this side. In that case, we can use this method. Okay, so I'll just select this my part. Now we have to tell that. Oh, sorry, we'll take this symmetrical tool. Okay, wrong component. So it is there, symmetrical. So we have to select the plane, and you can see it's making mirror copy here, but actually it will be remove this part from here. Okay, let me make any other things. I'll show you in that. So let's create some part. So we'll make a pad of this, and we'll select this face and sketch on it. So here, let me make a feature here, and I'm going to just make a symmetrical this side, and I'll make a pad of it. So I want this feature to be transferred this side. We'll select this feature and we'll go to symmetrical here, and we'll select the plane and okay. We can see that is transferred. So like this we can transfer it. But if you want to use in 3D to be mirror without moving the actual part, so we can use mirror command, and we'll select this plane and we can mirror it like this. Okay, now we'll see next option, how to use patterns in CATIA. So we have pattern tools are available. Let's see the pattern types. I'll make some features. Let's see first rectangular pattern. So I'll make one part here. We'll specify the sizes and all. So this is like 8, 5, and let me do dimension from here also. 6, 7. Okay, exit. I'll make a pocket of this and okay. Now I want this to be a pattern. We'll select this pocket and we'll just use a rectangular pattern. First we have instant and spacing by default. Okay, so we'll take that one. You can control number of instants. Let me take 5 instants, and let me select that reference element here. So direction, you can tell that which direction you want to go. Reference element means this main body is my reference element, and pocket we can select it. It's already selected. If not selected, we can select it from here or from the feature tree, specification tree. Now once we've done this, you can see it's giving me 5 items in that particular direction. You want to make it more, you can specify that. Okay, you want to increase the distance, you can make more distance between them, preview. Okay, so now if I want to make in second direction, we go to second direction, and here we can specify the count and preview. So here you can see that it is successfully placed. Now if we want to like escape any of the portion, you can click on that. The wrong thing is get selected again, this pocket. You can click on the dots, so that will not come, that will be get skipped. Okay, so there's a method of skipping also. We can skip the pattern. If we don't want to skip them, we can click back the points, it will be come back. Okay, now next we'll see some more things in that. Like right now I completed by controlled by instant and spacing. We can control length. I want to give a total overall length, so I said this to be 120, and so it will automatically control the middle distance, like I'll make 110, preview. So number of count you can tell and that distance, but the middle distance between them, it will automatically decide by the software. Next method is like you can give spacing and length, but you cannot control the count. So count will be decided depend on that. I said this is 125. Let me make it just to 125. And what distance you want to keep there? I said 20. Now you can see preview. It becomes 7 items in the part body. So like this we can control. Now if I want to take same, now here we have unequal method. Unequal method means in between each of the part we can set different distance. Like you can go here. I said this to be 15. This to be like 16, this to be like 18, and this to be like 22. Preview, you can see that. So we can make unequal distance also, and we can make pattern like this way also. That is about rectangular pattern part. Now we'll see how to use circular pattern. Let's create something and we'll understand circular part. So we'll delete this also. We'll make a circle part and we'll specify that size of the circle. And we'll exit it and make a pad. So select this face and sketch, and we'll add some feature on this. Let me make a circle here and make a pocket of the circle. So I'll make pocket here and do OK. Now I'll select this circle and I'm going to pattern along the center. So we'll use here circular pattern. So here you put the reference body and you will tell that number of counts you required. Okay. So first option is instant and angular spacing. Okay. Next, if you want to change this, you can go here. You can take total angle. You can decide that between angle automatically decide. I say 360 is my between angle, and it automatically takes that 51 will be the angle between each. Let me change the count to be 7 or something. Okay. Some places it's just getting overlap. I'll let him put 6 and preview. Or it's making 5 items. You can make it 5 in that particular angle. So if you change the number of count, you can see that it is also changing angle. Okay, more that count will be there, more we can see that part F angle. Now here if you want, you can try OK and check that. So it's showing several instances are occurring at same location. This may cause a error. So it's okay. Now we'll double click and go back, and we can take here angular spacing at total angle. Means you can control angle and total angle but cannot control numbers. So you can see that if I put this to be 280 and the count becomes 7, you see the preview. Okay, if you set this angle particular like 55 degrees and preview, so number of count will be decided accordingly. Next you can take like crown means software will automatically distribute, like what is the number you give, like if you give 10 here, software automatically take the angle is 36 between each item and preview. Like this it will make it out. Next we can do one more thing, like if you want to, let me make it 6 here, and if you want to take unequal angle, you can take unequal angles. You can go here and set that different angles, like 55 degrees. We'll click here to angle 45 degrees. Okay, like here I'll put it like 68 degrees. Okay, 75 degrees. So you can see that how it are coming. So we can give unequal angle also, and we can place the objects. Next, let me take to complete crown, and we'll see one more option. So this is one direction only. If I want to go to second direction, we can go here and we can put the number of points and circles we require, and here we can control the second circle radius spacing. So I set this to be 10 and preview, and let me reduce more 5. so that one also came inside. Okay, or let me put it 8 preview. Like this we can make it out. Do okay. So this is how we can do a circular pattern here. Now we'll see how to use a scaling method here in this CATIA. So we'll just make some component that to be scaled. So I'm deleting this all part here. Okay, let's delete the pattern first. Now we can delete this by selecting shift and delete it. Okay, let's create some component that we learn about scaling the component part. So any part we have, and if you want to scale in particular directions, we can do that very easily. Let me make a pad of this particular part. Okay, so we can scale this. We have two options here for scaling. One is called scaling and one is affinity. First we'll scaling. Scaling is this, we select any particular side, like it's like this, and I want to scale, like for example 5 times, so it will be add material 5 times in that particular direction. Okay, let me add like this. Again I'll take this side. Something wrong got selected. Oh, affinity I'm taking right now. Let me take this scaling. So select this and you can tell that how much you required. I said 3 times of that size, and like this it will be get scale in particular direction. So it is happening in one direction only. Okay, let me do undo. Now if I want to do all together also, what you do, you select this tool and select it. You can do for separately also, or you can like X separately, Y separately, Z separately, or you can take equal ratios. First I'll show you all the ways. Let me create origin. You can right click on origin and make a point there. And so how to select now origin right now, because origin is not there, we have to make origin is at the center. So you just create a origin first. You go here and create axis system and do okay. Now we'll just use this option and we'll create origin. We can select that origin. Okay, you can select that origin, and after that you can select XY plane. You can select XY plane and X-axis. So this is my X-axis. Now we can tell the ratios. If I say this will be 2 and this will be 3 and this will be like 0.5, you can see how the scale has been done. But if I want to scale something properly in uniform, let me put all should be 3 okay, 3 times of actual size. You can see that it becomes 3 times of actual size. So your choice, you want to scale in particular direction or you want to scale together. So this is a way we can do a use of transformation features. Now we'll see. Now we are going to see some of the surface features that we are going to use in part model. We have here like split option that we, while making part, if you want to split that, we can use it. This is for thicken. If you're making surface product and after that we want to convert into solid, we can use that. Then we have close and then sew surface. Let's see one by one. So first let me show you how to use split surface method. For example, let me create one part body here. Let me create one simple cylindrical object and we'll pad this. Okay, now let me create some surface. So I'll just going to create one surface thing. Let me have one sketch here and I'm going to just revolve this sketch along the center axis. I'll make one axis here, so that will be defined by revolution exit. Now we'll go to wireframe and surface design, and from here I'm taking a revolve tool that I'll converting into surface basically. So how much I require, we can tell the surface and do okay. Now we'll see what will happen. I want to remove this much material. With the help of that, we can use split tool. So we'll go to part design window and we'll take this split method. So here to select this splitting element is my surface and do okay. So you can see this is the one result. We can keep this one result. Let me hide and show you. So this is one result, we can keep it, or let me do the opposite of that. We'll just click it and click on the arrow side, do okay, and we can see the second result. So this two result we can produce it by this method. Now next option, we have thicken method. Thicken method, when we use it when we have surface body and that surface body we want to convert into 3D. In that cases we can use it. Let me go to wireframe and surface design. So if we're making any surface product, finally we need to add a thickness on that surface product. There we can use it. Let me create some random object here, converting that product into one single product by using let me revolve it first in the surface modeling. So I'll put it 360-degree angle here. So we have a surface product here. So I want this to be become my part model. Let me add some surface here also. So first we have to make them into one single part body. We'll join them and we'll select this and do OK. So here it is added as one part in surface. Now we'll just add a material on this. We'll go to part design window. So here we'll use thicken command. We'll select this and we can define what thickness value we have to take. Let me take 1 and let me take one other side also. Repeat. So like this I made a solid surface body into a solid part body. Later we can hide the surface here. So this is one thing. Oh, surface, I have to hide the surface, so we can hide the joint surface here. Now we can see next method is called here closed surface method. So when we're working surface model, when we have closed surface object is there and we want to fill that with the solid, in that cases we can use that method. Let me create some object with the surface and that should be to be filled with the solid. Okay. So let's have some shape. Let me have some random shape. So I'm making this to be a closed surface kind of things. Like this I just created a sketch and I'm going to close this with the surface. First I'm going to extrude it with the surface. We'll go to extrude. We'll add some surfacing. Okay, we can define the depth and do okay. Suppose now this I need to be taken as a solid here inside that. So when we use this, when we're doing reverse engineering process, in that cases after recovering a product we have to convert into solid model. So we can get by using this method. We'll go to close surface method and we'll select that and we'll do okay. So here we can see that we'll get a solid model. So let me hide that surface here and we can see that solid model is okay. Next one we have the tool name is called Sew surface. If you want to remove any of the surface from the part body, we can use this method, a Sew surface method. So for that I need a surface to be created first. Let me go to again wireframe and surface designing and we'll select planes. Let me take the middle plane and sketch on it. So let me create some sketches here and show you how it will work. Exit. I'll make a surface here and we'll add more depth to this so it will be crossed properly the part body. Now let's see how the sew will work. We'll go to part design and we'll take here sew method. So we have to select the object to sew. So this is my object to sew and we have to select the faces to remove and do okay. Okay, we just change the direction of arrow and do okay. So here we can see that it just sew that faces from that surface. Like this we can do with the help of surface method. So that will work in part modeling to sew that part model with the help of surfaces. So that we have all the part modeling tools. Thank you for watching this video.